Pain can be one of the hardest things a human has to deal with, both emotional and physical. And although emotional pain can be as difficult to deal with, if not more, I'll be talking about the physical type in this video. I am Gino, welcome to this channel where, by watching anime under an alternative light, I attempt to extract value from it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you like this sort of content. Not long ago, I went through a difficult phase in my life, which I'm still going through with a lesser extent. I suffered from two very difficult diseases, one of which is a chronic one. Do not say more, as I'm not yet sure how much I'll share about myself in this channel. Point is, I suffered a great pain. The pain was so hard that I couldn't do anything in my life. I couldn't go to school, couldn't work on myself, couldn't go out, couldn't do nothing. Add to this that for the first 8 months of sickness, doctors wouldn't believe me. They would say, I have nothing. I'm just imagining things. It was a very difficult phase, to say the least. However, good thing for me that I was watching anime at the time. Some would say I'm exaggerating, but you only need to think more to realize it. Specifically, two series that stood out to me at the time: Yu Hakusho and Berserk. More specifically, two anime characters that inspired me to cope with the pain: Yusuke and Guts. Yu Hakusho is one of the OGs of shonen anime. In fact, I would say it's the best fighting shonen from the old era, by which I mean prior to One Piece. I would place it far above Dragon Ball. Regardless, Yu Hakusho contains many great narratives and plot points that are far more relevant than Yusuke going through pain. I've actually only recently watched the Sensui arc, which I've been blown away with. Sensui, in my opinion, is definitely one of the best anime villains I ever seen. Anyway, I remember specifically I was going through a medical test, and I had been required to stay emotionless for it to be complete. Keep in mind that at the time I did not understand my disease, and I frankly did not know what to do. I couldn't stay emotionless. My pain was so piercing, it was an unconscious reaction for me to keep moving. That's when, in my mind, the image of Yusuke struggling in the cave came up. The image of Yusuke struggling to take the spirit wave orb. The pain and suffering that was represented in that scene felt real. On a logical level, I knew it was only ink and papers moving, but I chose to believe in it. Thinking back to how Yusuke endured his pain, how he not only went through it, but actually sought it, gave me the motivation necessary for me to push through my pain. Now, I know some people will say that we're delusional for taking inspiration from anime of all things. Perhaps the writer of the story never meant for Yusuke's pain to motivate any of us. He simply wrote a story that he thought was entertaining to people. And while I do agree with that, that's probably what happened, I also think, why not? If believing in something is legitimately helping you, why not believe in it? In fact, I'm a strong believer that people believe what they want. Some would believe things that seem completely irrational and illogical, and they would seek to defend it with logic, proving that they are right. That's why I came to the realization that logic be damned, morale be damned. People only believe what they want to believe, and I choose to believe that inspiring myself from anime characters is not only helpful, but actually completely logical. I'll be talking in details about this point, specifically when I come to make the One Piece video about Luffy. Look forward to it. Going back to topic, thinking about that one specific scene helped me go through this scene in my own life. If Yusuke did it, why wouldn't I be able to do it? Well, you see, pain is temporary. It always is. In fact, even life is temporary. by definition making pain temporary. On to Guts and Berserk. Guts, also known as the Struggler, also inspired me a great motivation to keep moving on through the pain. In fact, I've seen very little stories in my life where a character struggles as much as Guts did in a still enjoyable story term. If you've been paying attention earlier, yes, I did say anime, and yes, I did watch both the 1996, 2016 and 2017 versions. I know many people think those versions are unwatchable, and while they do indeed look horrible, I still enjoyed watching them. As someone who never read the manga before at the time, even without talking about the amazing soundtrack in the series, I think Berserk is such a great story that if even animated with sticks, I would still think it's goddamn legendary. Guts is a character that went through all sorts of pain. His entire existence is an uphill battle against demons, knights, and himself. Guts is the definition of unwavering will. Through all the hardships, through all the pain, through all the suffering, he keeps moving forward. Nothing is strong enough to break his will. He fights whatever it is to survive, to reach his goals, never backing down, no matter how hard it is. He can't even sleep without getting attacked by demons. His entire body is mutilated and keeps getting more mutilated the more we progress in the story. One of the best lines I like in the series is in the 2017 opening. As bad as the animation of the series is, I still think this is one of the best anime openings of all time. The line goes like this: I'll stand against fate, whatever it takes, to reach the end of the battle. And to me, this extreme level of willpower to go through all what he went through and still stand up again and again and again, despite all the pain, was very motivational to me. Why couldn't I be like Guts? Keep in mind that when I say that, I'm talking specifically about this aspect of his character. Guts did some horrible things. Don't be like Guts. But you can be inspired by this facet of his. When it comes to mental and emotional pain, I must say I held up very well, if I say so myself. And I'll be lying if I said it's all thanks to anime. Of course not. One of the main things that's improved my life in general is Eckhart Tolle. I read 2 of his books, The Power of Now and The New Earth, which did leave lasting change in me. I realized I don't have to deal with all of this pain. I only need to live in the moment. You don't need to live with 8 months of physical pain. You only need to live in 1 second, even less. 1 moment. And perhaps I'll talk about this more in the future, as this relates to all aspects of life, not only pain. Attempt to change your life. Attempt to better your position, to not have to experience pain. But unfortunately, sometimes there's simply nothing you can do. And frankly, many times you need to go through pain to better your situation. Endure pain. Sometimes there's really nothing you can do about this. I found it very helpful to be inspired by others. Find some sort of inspiration. Whether it's a friend that handles it well, whether it's a celebrity, or even a fictional character. Thank you for making it here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and share this video. I, Benjino, goodbye.